Alright, so this is just a quick update. This is Dan's sound quality driver. These are the Scar SDR spiders. They're 7.4 inch and they fit the landing of the 12 spoke 10 inch basket. And I actually ended up going with two of them, sandwiching them together. As you can see, I mean, it's not super stiff. I mean, it's not really soft, but once this breaks in, it'll loosen up quite a bit. I actually decided to go with two of them. I was going to use this dual 4-ohm coil here. You know, it's a high temp copper coil. As you can see, the former's long. What I decided to go with instead was this black high temp copper coil. The main reason was that the former is a lot shorter on this as opposed to as you can see, as opposed to this. So I don't have to cut this former down. Once I glue the cone on it, I don't have to cut the former down and put the dust cap on it. Another reason is it has a little higher temperature rating on the coil. So that's another reason I decided to go with it. Once I got the spiders, sandwiched together and glued together, the voice coil opening on the spider, I took and sanded out with 80 grit all the way around so that the spider would slide over the coil a little more easily. Also, when you do that and you roughen up that, it gives a little more bite, like the glue will wick into the fibers there more instead of it being like a smooth surface. I do that with all of them, all spiders. I just rough them up a little bit. Also, these spiders fit the landing perfect, but I took a 1/16 of an inch off all the way around. And the reason for that is that when I pull this out and put the shims in it and put glue bead down and I put this back, shim that back into place and clamp it. Once that's cured, what I do is like that 1/16 of an inch that I took off, it leaves a little valley between the inside edge of the basket on the spider landing and the outside edge of the spider. And what I always do, once this is glued into place, I always go back and put a bead of glue on the top of the spider to the basket. So with that little valley there, it gives something for the glue to go down into as well. It's just more of a bond there. Before I put this back into place, I'm going to rough up the outside edge of the spider on the outer diameter of it with some 80 grit too. Again, that just helps, loosen up the fiber a little bit for the glue to kind of wick into it. Another thing that I do, if you can see here, there is a mark on the spider and then a mark on the basket. And when I dry fit everything, as you can see, there's a mark on the basket up top too. And there's also one on just a little mark on the flat part of the surround there that glues down. When I dry fit everything, after I've trimmed everything up and then I dry fit it right before I start gluing it up, I make those marks because that's the way that I mocked it up. And so I glue everything back together because spiders aren't always like even. Say I glued this up like this, but then I accidentally spun it 180 degrees, right? So it might be tighter over here or tighter over there than it was originally because, even though spiders are round, anyways, they just might not be like a perfect, like a perfect circle. Same way with the baskets, it could be the basket that, might be off just a little, like it happens. I mean, if you ever done subwoofers before or any kind of drivers, you'll notice that you get that from time to time. So it's just something I've always done. It's just a couple little tips there that you can take with you on that one. Because once you start doing it, you'll start noticing that you'll run into that from time to time. So I've got the push terminals in it. Like I said, I've got the motor all cleaned up on it, and it's ready to go. Surrounds are drying on some of the other subwoofers, so I figured I'd start on this one real quick. I'm trying to play catch up. But anyways, that's just where I'm at on it. So I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to sand the outside edge of the spider all the way around it. Put my glue bead down. I'll put my shims back in, put my glue bead down, and then shim and clamp this in place and let it cure.